Okay, I just hope this video will hopefully change someone else's life. And what I really want to talk about is that, I was just thinking about what happened really a long time ago and the reason why so many people are stuck or why so many people are not where they want to be. And the reason why like so many people just fail in business in general is because they always are stuck into one thing or that they're just married into one thing. It's like, this is the reason why most people fail or like most people aren't where they want to be. Like when you think about it, there's some people who are just so afraid to like be with this significant other for a long time, or there's just some people who are just, scared to, let's say, leave their 9 to 5 jobs or whatnot. And sometimes I do feel like that way, right? Because sometimes I just don't understand the consequences of it. Sometimes I feel like I'm just gambling or what other people are thinking of me and this and that. And the crazy part is the fact that, we all want to know other people's opinions before we actually take action, right? We all want to be dependent on other people's opinions because we sometimes feel like we just don't trust ourselves enough, right? And it's really the most, like, it's really the thing that feels a lot more common sense to a lot of people like us who just don't really feel like we just don't really trust ourselves so much because we all have this feeling like we just don't trust ourselves enough, and we just often rely on other people's opinions, whether if it's your friend, your parents, or your mentor, or etc etc. You rely on their opinions or even your role models, right? Like you often, it's not that you put those guys on a pedestal, but like you just get to the point of thinking to the point of like you want to know their opinions, you want to know their values, you want to know what their thoughts are into other things because sometimes you feel like you just don't feel like you're not right enough, right? And you don't really like to stick to your own values, right? Like let's be honest, a lot of guys hate me, a lot of guys don't like me for who I am, and that's okay. And it's like it's everyone against me, right? I feel like I'm going like everyone's turning against me because of my own opinions and my own values and stuff like that. And sometimes I actually started to this day wonder, like, how can I prove them wrong, right? But sometimes you got to think in a little bit of a long-term horizon because this is the reason why people are not taking action. Like the reason why most people are not taking action is because people are so afraid of what other people think, right? You know, people are so afraid of what people that they look up to think. People, who are afraid of taking action are so dependent on other people's opinions, but not dependent on their own opinions. They're too afraid to stick to their own values. Instead, they stick on like their role models' values. Like, they hear this like entire polarization of like politics and all this stuff that you often hear on the news and sports and all these things. It's the thing that really holds a man back. It's really what holds people back is the fact that they just try and expect to pick a side and just depend on other people's opinions but not depend on their own opinions. And I think that's what really is not getting them to where they want to be. It's just because they don't trust themselves enough, right? It's not that you're not lost, it's because you don't trust yourself. And I think that's the biggest reason what held me back in the first place, or what kept me stuck, or what kept me stagnant, was the fact that, you know, I didn't trust myself, right? And I feel like when you think about it, it's not about skills. Skills do matter a lot, but it's really about the way you think and the way you perceive the world, the way you think the world differently. Like think about it. You view the world differently, right? We all view the world differently, especially if you're watching this video. We all view the world differently, right? And when you think about it in a way, I know if you watch back to like a year ago, I was kind of just moaning, bitching, complaining, and all these things, right? Because I just didn't know what I was going, right? But I've changed, and when you think about it, you don't achieve goals, you achieve character. And when I say this, is that you must become the person that deserves it in order to get to that goal, in order to get to that destination. It could be any other goal that you really want to achieve, whether if it's in sports, whether if it's in your business, whether if it's in your career, you name it, right? And the truth is, um, you get this mentality from bad people that's in your life, cynics, right? And you hear about like you should save money, you should go, work at this 9 to 5 job, or you should go, go to school, get a job, pay the bills, and then fucking die. And maybe you have different opinions to that, right? And the reason I'm telling you these things is because I'm just like you, right? I'm just like you watching this video, and I know that so many people here are just branded in a disillusion, and you sometimes blame all these people. I used to blame on so many creators that I look up to for not getting me to where I want to be, but really it's not them, it's really on me because I wasn't able to actually move on with it. I wasn't able to take action. I was so scared to like, spend money on other stuff, right? I was so scared of these things, right? People are so afraid of taking action. People are so afraid of like saving money, all these things, you know? People just prefer to save money and all and pinch pennies and all this whole bullshit and stuff like that. And that's the reason why people are just holding themselves back, because they're not taking any sort of leaps in their lives, and they're not taking risks that hurts them so badly. Like sometimes I just cannot sleep because I sometimes think about what really happened a year ago, where I lost everything else, where I lost just things that really matter to me. Like, you know, I just lost so much things that really mattered to me, and it really hurts me so hard that it really pushes me through to like just keep working on myself every single day. And that's the reason why so many people quit, because they haven't lost anything. They haven't had this mindset that they developed. It's not, and yes, they're way better than me. Like when I look at these people who quit, they were actually better than me. Like not just in mindset, but in skill. They're way better than me in skill. And it really matters is that forget the whole thing that Hermosi talks about, like skills, traits, and beliefs. I don't think those things exist. But what really matters and what really exists is either the mindset. The mindset is really everything, because mindset is the thing that's going to keep you alive. And when you think about it in a way, I've met so many guys who made way more money than me, who are way smarter than me, who are way more skilled than me. And guess what? They all quit. They're all gone, right? And I know this as well in the video game perspective, because I used to play hours on end, you know, playing Destiny 2 and all this stuff. And there were so many guys who played the game so longer than me, who had way more experience than me in raids, who had way more knowledge than me, who became sweats in the game, who, you know, had all the low mans and all, you know, the master on the raid report, and who has all these, you know, triumph seals and all this stuff. And guess what? They couldn't even get a day one raid. And I was able to get a day one raid for like a few raids. I didn't have that much experience, but I was able to get that day one raid. And I realized that it's not because of how good you are. It's because the way it's mostly because of the way how you think and the way how you think in systems, right? And this is why there are also copywriters and video editors and web designers who are fucking broke, because they don't have a better mindset of it. It's not like they don't have a better way of how they think in systems. And I used to think that it's the business model that I chose, which was web design. I used to think it was a shitty business model because I see so many guys in my niche who are fucking broke, who, you know, cannot charge monthly retainers, or that it just cannot solve problems and this and that. Like I even had this on my sticky note, and I'm even recorded this video, like how can this solve problems, right? And I started to begin to realize that it solves problems, right? First of all, it increases conversion rates, it helps people get book calls, and a lot of people do it, right? So if these people can do it, why can't I, right? And it got me to the realization that, you know, it just feels really impossible. It's like this whole valley of despair of, you know, uninformed optimism, informed pessimism, a valley of despair, area of success, and all the way to informed optimism. And when you think about it, that's also normal as well. But like when you think about it in a way, there are some copywriters, there's some video editors, and there's some thumbnail designers, and some people who are really good and talented are broke. And the reason why they're broke is because of the way they think and their mindset and all this stuff. They spend so much of their time bitching and complaining every single time, and that's the reason why they're not where they are right now. It's personality. You don't achieve goals, you achieve character. And it's character that's going to get you to where you want to be. And that's the reason why I'm still here, even though I haven't gotten crazy results. And the thing is that if you're not getting any crazy results, you got to put in more risk, or you have to lose more in order to get more in life to where you want to be, right? So you have to actually lose so many things that mean a lot to you. Like, let's be honest, I deleted my Snapchat account and I lost someone that I really cared about and that mean a lot to me. And the crazy part is the fact that it's pushing me to work harder, right? You know, I've seen so many guys who go to those crazy places, who go to these wonderful events and all these things. And sure, I do feel a little bit envious. I do feel like I don't like these people and this and that. But at the same time, like, those things are just cheap, right? The thing that really matters most is that I want freedom. I want to, travel around the world and spend the time with the people I care about, that I really love. And that's really what people want. It's not about these things you often see on the internet or you see on social media about the watches, the Lambo cigars, and all these things. Sure, nothing wrong about these things, but like, you get the point, really. So that's what I'm trying to tell you, is the fact that like, you have to become the person that deserves it. And this is why I'm still here, dude. I've been posting for a long time, and I know that people are just too scared to actually take action because they're not dependent on themselves. They don't trust themselves enough. You have to trust yourself. And it's not because you're lost, it's because you don't trust yourself. Especially, it's not the business model. It's not the business model that you're choosing. Even if it looks stupid, even if web design looks stupid, or even if whatever you're doing looks stupid, like, anything works. Like, any business model you see that helps rich people make money, that solves rich people's problems, if it helps them make money or if it helps them save time, it's proven to work. So what I'm trying to tell you is, it's the mindset. It's really the mindset. There's so many guys who are super better than me, and they quit, or they don't really make as much as me, and they just quit, and it's because they have a terrible mindset. This is why most courses fail, because the way you think, the mindset, and everything like that. It's really the mindset. Mindset is really everything. And that's the reason why I'm still able to survive and why I'm able to thrive, is because of my mindset. It's because I developed a stronger mindset to get to where I want to be. I've taken more risks. I've done stuff that kept me thriving for a while. And it's really helped me from a video game perspective, because I was a video game addict, but it really got me to the point of like, to where I am today, of just still here. Sometimes it just saddens me seeing other people quit, but it's just because you realize that they lack the mindset. They're way more better than me. They make more money than me, but they don't have the mindset, which is sad. They don't have the mindset of becoming the person that deserves it. And it's because they're also consumed by so many guys that say, oh yeah, you need to take action, you need to take action, you need to take action. No, you have to do both. Okay? So that is actually it for the video. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Smash the like button and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. And yeah, peace.